Good morning, Titan City. I'm your man Alien, and you're watching the Cyber News. And straight away, we have like lots of to talk about, and there's no time for anything. But you can already tell it's because we have like a lot of work, because we are outputting a lot of minis. But straight away, just a few minutes to talk about what happened at SN Spiel 2022. It was awesome, of course. You met us over there. I met with some people, some high fives. We talked. It was really cool to see you guys over there. For you to try the GRIDWARS was very cool. Like I said, for me it's always good to have feedback face to face, and it was cool to hear and to talk with some of you about the what do you like about Patreon, what you don't, what's your thoughts about GRIDWARS and stuff like that. You can also see the physical starter pack for the GRIDWARS. But I cannot show it to you because they are all sold. So that's like a good news, because hopefully more people from the physical minis world will come into the GRIDWARS. So that's good for us all. And it was so much work. There was like if you were over there, we have also like lottery with some our stuff. There was like so big crowd, like on some kind of concert. Really, the whole trip was cool, but it was exhausting. It took us over a week almost. We were over there, so that week, of course, we were out of the work. But I still tried to answer to all your questions and comments online. So I hope there was no problem with communications, because yeah, I think we managed that. And like lots of new doors opened over there, lots of new subjects, of course with lots of work, but that is all only a good news. You loved the physical board for the GRIDWARS, so that was also good for me, because I'm happy because the GRIDWARS is now in the moment when it's pushing through straight into the Kickstarter, and straight into like to be very better supported. So I'm happy that the feedback about the physical stuff was very good. I put some pictures and movies like videos on the Instagram with our gigantic artwork from the box, which was very cool. Looked awesome. Like from far you can see already the GRIDWARS. So the GRIDWARS is getting a bit bigger. That was very cool. And I think there are like lots of things happened over there, but it's best for you to just go to the next SN, because always there is something new. You probably saw there was like few parts of the terrain from the GRIDWARS that was like new, and they will probably get into the into the release during the expansion Kickstarter campaign. Okay, and also because we are like in so much work already, like there was hard to answer everything. Lots of comments since we released the. I wanted to make Cyber News before we went to the just right after we came back from SN, but there was a problem. Today I have problem with camera, so like everything is against us, but we're still pushing through. We managed to put out the rules for Hyperfront. So far, very cool feedback. The rules are short. Hope for us for game to be very dynamic. Starships are awesome, like you saw. So there's a new channel on Discord called Hyperfront, and over there, if you have some problems, please ask them. Marcin, not this Marcin, but the other Marcin will be answering for you. Of course, me too, but I'm like focused on Patreon and GRIDWARS. Marcin will help me with Hyperfront. So fire away any questions. We will try to keep you informed as much as we can. And besides that, we lost like some days of work with SN. We are right back on it. I was putting out some late hours to put out the full preview for you. of the upcoming month. And someone's phone is calling, or just give me a second. Great, sorry about that. It's not my phone, but someone's left it over here. Okay, so where were I? About the full release. I put it out, the full release, and it was like you observed, it was a lot of work. So I think we can just go straight to it. Like we started in the last month, we have like 3 releases, Titan City stories with more cyberpunk, not always, but like more RPG oriented. We have Grim Realms, we have like wargame stuff, and Hyperfront, which will be only the miniatures for the game of Hyperfront. Because Hyperfront is a bit smaller than GRIDWARS, or a lot of smaller than GRIDWARS. That's why we just wanted to keep it inside of the Patreon. And I can, of course, tell you everything about the Titan City Stories stuff, because this is what I made. And there's like lots of unique models I focused this month for them to be like very dynamic. And of course to put out some stuff that I loved, but the main theme was like from some turtles and with some strictly cyberpunk. Since the name, the Katanas Hexes is like our version of super underground bar for the mercenaries in Titan City, and they were there. So we have like lots of models here, but I think I will show you them in Blender a bit more. It will be easier to focus, to show you the models. Okay, this guy, Adam Hunter, is like typical like detective kind of character, maybe some like mercenary, like long coat, not much of the cybernetics. That's what I wanted. The head, it reminds me a bit the guy from Deus Ex games. Which were also awesome, and the standard noir like element, his pocket clock and big handgun. I like this guy. I will tell that I like them a lot. Every one of them. That's why they're here. Kali Rook is the guy that represents my love for cyberpunk and for California vibes. So he just don't give a fuck. Like he's going with his flippers. He has like his automatic shotgun, lots of not exactly clean cybernetics, and the shorts with the palm trees. That's like my stuff. Watch, lots of cybernetics. I like his vibe a lot. There we have some dwarfs, like Diamond Dexter. He is a bit of a hint for the Dexter Deshawn from Cyberpunk 2077, like a fixer kind of guy, like with this. I imagine that his gun will be gold with cigar. Like not exactly like positive character. Also the dwarves spray paint. She's like anarchist. She's running around the city like spraying some quotes or like some anti-corporation propaganda and stuff like that. Of course, with katana, cyber leg, hood, like lots of spray paints, and one of my favorite shoes. If you can tell what kind of shoes are there, I hope you like them too. Okay, and Yakuza biker. Like we didn't give him a name just to be like generic ganger. He has, of course, like flag, like with some samurai stuff. Like when during the war, the samurais had like these flags behind them to identify different squads and stuff like that. I put this over here. Also, this is probably, or maybe not spoiler, but this is the new logo for Yakuza. In new logo, actually logo, because there were no logo before for Yakuza in GRIDWARS. And also my favorite kind of thing that is, I saw this in the Ghost in the Shell movie. Movie was not that great, but design over there was perfect with the cyberpunk stuff. and there some Yakuza guys had some magazines for the weapons, or generally like handles for the weapons, made with those with things that when you have, I don't know the name, when you like have the katana and on the handle. So I put this off, that probably won't came out in the print, but I wanted to have this, so it's like if your katana is over here, it's like okay, normal, but you have this stuff also on your magazines in the weapon. So I think that was interesting, and like normal bare chest, aggressive on the motorbike, so like typical Yakuza ganger style. Walker, standard industrial walker, could be useful like in I don't want this to be like too big, because if you are playing some RPGs, it's good to have something that will fit into your board. So there's that. Not a great story, just like I like the design, nothing special super deeply about it, just cool looking, I hope. And I'm going into, we have like two sides of the story that we can go. I will start with I won't lie, during when I was working on this release, there was the Edge Runners premiere, and I fell in love. Like the anime was so cool, so good, like 100% cyberpunk in my opinion, and I have to just do something like that. I don't like to make like totally rip-offs, because if you imitate the design that was in your inspiration, that is no longer like your inspiration, you just copy it, I think. So they are like similar, but in feel, not in parts. So I just have to make my favorite character from this anime. Here I call it Becky. Cyber arms, big guns, bit crazy looking, very cool. And I thought that it would be a cool idea if she had a bear, like bear for herself. And I made Wojtek, and heavily inspired him from Love, Death and Robots. There was like grizzly cyborg over there called the movie was called Team Kill Team, and the grizzly bear. Maybe if you can use the grizzly bear in your RPG setting, then I envy you. That will be some kind of awesome awesome session. They fit together, of course, and now I'm just trying to like quickly put them together, but they fit. You can just make him with or without her. And of course this guy, the character that he's similar to from the Edge Runners is main, but I don't want him only to be like copy of him, so I made him to look a little like Colonel Guile from Street Fighter, because I also love Street Fighter games, and I thought that this fighting pose would fit him. He's a huge guy, of course, some scratches over there, I don't know what could it be, but he's like in fighter pose, like military stuff, like dog tags, and a huge guy. He's a big mini. Like I'm trying. She's of course smaller than normal guy, but to compare three of them, he's huge. He's absolutely huge. Okay, so that was like Edge Runners inspiration, and now straight to the if you know what I mean. Of course, I had this idea. Someone had this idea on Discord when we talked. There's this stuff. There's another one of those moments when someone is suggesting something and we are already working on it. That was one of those situations, and over here I just wanted to make them like old, grumpy, but still like active, but not exactly like as the superheroes, but just cruising around the city. And the Mike, he has his power armor, you call it like that. So just to support still him on his hoverboard. He has a like heavy chain with, I don't know if you saw this earlier, but with the pizza on it, like just as a reminder what they eat all the time. All of them had some kind of stuff like that. Donnie is like half cyborg. he likes the technology. His shell is like more armor, like metal armor than physical. Lots of gadgets and his bow staff. Leon he has his energy sword and samurai hat. I really like the idea that there will be, even that they are turtles, they are like super dynamic. So I think I managed to do that. And like whole other topic, like I thought, what could I do with this guy? And actually, I make him like weapon R, not weapon X. So with the pose, with the claws, well, he's quite something. I'm proud to manage to like merge those two together. And their friend Jonesy, like a guy with lots of equipment in a hockey mask. Of course, I can. If so, okay. Well, let's do this. I won't tell you from where this hockey bath is, but if someone know where was the inspiration for this bat, for this weapon, it's a hockey bat. You call it hockey bat to play hockey, but it's a specific design that was homage to one of movies that I love. Please write in the comments below. That would be cool to check out if you guys figured it out. Okay, it's also like very dynamic, jumping over some rubbles, and the mask, like more sci-fi. But over here on his shoulder there is like very old hockey mask. Lots of small stuff I'm just trying to put. I'm trying to put there. And yeah, I think of course the sewer terrains, they are modular. There was some comments that if you can make it bigger, but that depends on you. If you like print more of them, then you can easily make this very big, very nice setting. And actually rookie Marcin did a very good job with this to be a very like modular and useful, I think, and I hope. And so that's just, for the models from the Titans stories. They took a lot. There's like lots of original models. I'm trying to put out as much as I can, but it's during the month. There's not that much days to do this, and besides, try to work on GRIDWARS. I'm not complaining. I'm just tired of it, but still, this is a cool release. Unfortunately, there's no Marcin with me, and he can't tell you anything about. Oh, sorry, jeszcze Kinzoku Assassins. There are like lots of iterations of one model, but like I said in the beginning, I tried to focus this time on very dynamic poses. So they are like in some fighting styles, putting out the sword, jumping, shooting, stuff like that. I think each of one of them is very cool as a singular model, but there you have like lots of options for him. With the Hex helmet looks very futuristic. I had fun making those. Unfortunately, there's no Marcin to tell you something about the Legions of Carnage, because Marcin did them all. Of course, they're modular. Of course, they will be useful in your GRIDWARS setting. This guy looks crazy. No? What can I say? If you can like, from what I can tell, Marcin is very good at making these small details, ornaments on armors. So in case of those mini-set games, it looks very good. And of course, other Marcins, Hyperfront new factions, smugglers. The minis are, the Hyperfront is already has three factions. The games are smaller, faster. It's very cool to folds all the time. It's very cool to like to have this setting grow up in each month. I cannot be sure if we will be putting out each month new factions, because like in a year you will have like 12 more. Like it could be a bit crazy, but for sure we will be also expanding existing factions, so you'll receive more stuff. I think release wise, this is almost everything. I'm already working hard on another. I promised on the Discord that I will make a bit a small spoiler, because at the same time I'm working on to prepare the expansions for the GRIDWARS, which is getting very close, but still I cannot give you any date. But I promise that I will give you some spoilers, and I have it over here. I will just show you one mini that will probably give you some idea what one of the new factions will look like, or what it would be. So here it is. I had some problem with cameras today, so I don't know if this camera can actually focus on it, but it will be even better. It will be a bit vague idea what we have over here. So that's the promised spoiler. I hope I keep my promise. That is good enough for small spoiler. Also, I can already told you, this is also like spoiler, maybe like the first preview just the tag, but in December we will return to the Land of Sand like last year. So those sets will complement each other. So if you were not patron of ours last time, maybe please check out the last thing, because it will fit together. Of course, I will try to make this part as useful for everyone as I can. And of course, the Legions of Carnage, the third iteration, will be also there. And I think that's it. Of course, please write me this comment about the weapon of the Jonesy. Of course, don't hesitate to ask me anything on Discord, on Instagram, on YouTube. I'm trying to be with you guys as communicative as possible, to answer all the questions, to answer all the messages. I don't usually do this, but I will say like and subscribe, not because our channel is like big or something, but only for your information, so the communication is better. So it's always good options to have like lots of channels of communication, that we are all know what's going on. Okay guys, I'm getting back to work. Probably the next cyber news will be after the release, or after the small preview of the upcoming return to the Land of Sand. We will see, because I'm very thin on free time. Okay, so until then, stay cool, stay cyber.